noise, when it must be time for the parade to get started.
I'm all excited for this one. This is Yankee Homecoming 2013, and we have the fire truck, the first of the fire trucks coming across the line, the antique fire trucks. And I think we should probably just enjoy the show.
Yeah, we'll keep quiet till that goes through, instead of trying to talk over the noise. smoky. That was interesting.
That certainly was
A
interesting.
lot of different colored vehicles, a lot of new vehicles, you know, a little bit of a different color to them. You know, as I'm watching this go by, I see the kids on the aerial trucks, the hook and ladders. What a thrill it must be for these kids to ride on the trucks on the, as they're going to the parade and everything else. Must be quite a thrill.
It's got to be the best view of the house right there.
Yeah.
They have to enjoy themselves quite a bit. And how do you get up there? And how do you get down?
Yeah.
You're not going to jump.
Yeah, it's funny seeing the half track. It was interesting them there again, and the oil tanker, the water tanker from Newbury.
Right, and then they had that hand pump for the chemical fires on top of that.
All right, and we had over 60 vehicles.
Over 60
Yeah,
vehicles.
and a lot of towns represented. We saw Newburyport, Kensington, New Hampshire, Newbury, Merrimack, Byfield, Raleigh, East Haven. I wonder what that is. West Newbury, Essex, and then there was Massachusetts Forest System, Peabody, Kingston, New Hampshire, Salisbury, Haverhill, Ipswich, Marblehead, Southampton, Talmadge Fire Department. I don't know what that is, but it had a New Hampshire plate on it. Peabody, Piscataqua from Exeter, and then Groveland, Seabrook, Topsfield, Stratham, New Hampshire, Georgetown, Milton, Plastow, Newton, New Hampshire, and one from the Commonwealth of Mass Forestry. So quite a few people showed up.
And I thought it was very interesting to see the Seacoast Chief mutual aid vehicle. I've never seen that before.
I haven't seen that before either. There was a big mobile van there.
Yeah. And they had several of them as well. But that mobile, it makes a lot of sense since they're moving towards regionalization in many communities and many different departments. Why not do regionalization with fire too?
Right, and it's good to let people see what's going on. And there's some nice looking vehicles there.
A lot of tax dollars.
Yeah, yeah.
Right there. But you know, it seems like whenever they get the new vehicles, they're not new vehicles, they're always used vehicles. But these machines are just fantastic. And I'll tell you, if you ever needed them to come to your house, you'd want the best piece of equipment at your house as quickly as possible.
True, and not only that, even the older vehicles, you can see how they still keep them in shape. They get them to run and everything else. So I imagine people enjoy showing their vehicles as well. You know, like that old Engine 6 from Newburyport. Was here for quite a while, but you know, get a newer truck, but that's been around. So it's nice to see that they're still running. Yeah. We're gonna get some more motorized vehicles coming now. We have a trailer, and then we're gonna be followed by some of the antique cars. I saw some of these antique cars as they were lining up today, coming up on Low Street.
I imagine some of these were down at Old Fashioned Sunday, some of these vehicles.
Oh, I bet, yeah. That's always a highlight.
And we started out with a nice old tractor coming down the road. Here are things.
Yeah, I'm not good when it comes to cars. Okay, thank you. That was an MGB. Yeah, these cars, when I was up in Alaska, we went to an auto museum, and they had 47 cars, all spick and span, 1900s, 1901, 1902. Real looking, nice, sharp-looking cars. See the white walls.
As we see more and more, there are a lot of car shows that are around, and these cars are getting an opportunity to get out and to show their stuff. Antique wagon, Corvettes.
But it didn't have the year on it, so we know what they are.
Of course, one of the car shows that will be coming up will be the Cruise in the 50s car show that the Legends 106.1 FM will be putting on. That'll be on August 15th.
Boy, that took a lot of people, brought a lot of people into town last year. I bet it'll be more so this year.
I think so, and then this year they'll have more cars. Approximately 150 cars will be on hand up and down State Street, as well as Pleasant Street, In Street, and Unicorn Street. Right. Molly's Garage out of Swampscott.
And speaking of Legends, there was quite a concert the other night, Wednesday night, down the waterfront, sponsored by the Legends, Freddie Boom Boom Cannon.
Oh, that really was something. And for the young folks who don't remember Freddie Cannon when he was a youngster himself, I think they were exposed to a whole different type of music.
Interesting too, a lot of his songs dealt with different towns. Somebody had an association with his life somewhere along the line. He mentioned, you know, like the Tallahassee last week after his wife, who happened to be at the show, married for 58 years. That's amazing.
Yeah, his mother wrote that song.
Yeah.
And Yeah, so he sings that every show, Palisades Park. I'm not quite sure how.
Everybody's waiting for Palisades Park.
Yeah.
I think that's what I left at that point because I think they had one more song to go after that. But I was waiting for that.
Yeah, and that's how he closed it out. He's a master showman, and Freddie Cannon every once in a while, he's friends with Mick Jagger, and every once in a while he'll open up a show for Mick Jagger, the Rolling Stones.
It was good to see Bob Fuller in town too for that. Bob did. A legend in itself when it comes to WMBP here in Newburyport, but I guess he's good friends with Freddie Cannon too.
Well, back when Bob was getting started after he left Newburyport, WMBP, he went down to WMEX in Boston, and that's where Freddie Cannon got his first break. Bob was one of the DJs who was given the responsibility of playing Freddie Cannon's records.
Oh, okay.
So that's where it all began, down in Boston.
This truck just went by, must have been 1959, license plate FTY9.
I always wanted one of those MGs, you know, the convertibles like that. It always seemed fun.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't rain.
Yeah.
It wouldn't do me any good. I'd always bring the rain.
And there's Nancy Roy with her Metro.
Yeah.
She's named a hamburger after at her place, Haley's Ice Cream.
Good hamburgers out there.
Certainly are. Great chef.
Yeah. Look at this, Larry's.
Yeah, Larry's.
Fine wine and spirits. This one's up from Maine.
Yeah, people get a kick out of watching the old cars.
Wow. Keep in good shape. You know, you got a car, it's nice to be able to show it off. I'm sure you got it. You might as well take advantage of it. A good day, go out for a ride, show it off.
Exactly, and the people who, generally the people who have cars like this, they do it for the love of the vehicle and the craftsmanship. They don't do it to make money. They just want to have it look really good. Take a lot of pride in it.
Boy, that's some nice look of it. All right.
That guy kind of looks like John Henry in that vehicle.
The new owner of the Boston Globe. How about that, huh?
What's he going to do with that?
That's unbelievable. Pity any of the writers that knocked the Red Sox. Well, yeah, this is a combination of the 56 Yankee Homecoming. Great week this week, weather-wise, and the crowds have been fantastic. Win all the way through. We mentioned the concerts. You know, we mentioned the Freddie Cannon one, and Beetlejuice on Thursday night was a very big crowd, and Ayla Brown brought a good crowd on Friday night. It was interesting at that concert too. She really catered to the young kids. She invited them up to near the stage and danced, and she brought a few of them up on the stage. And afterwards, she posed with pictures and signed autographs for the kids and everything else. And she did that. She did the same thing that when she was at BC. You know, I went with her grandfather Bruce Brown a few times to see the BC play, and after the games, the girls always signed autographs, and they really mixed in well with the younger girls and everything else. So she's got a good personality. She's living in
Nashville?
Nashville, I guess. Yeah, Nashville. Yep. I knew it was, and gone a lot of country, and she did a great job, and the people really enjoyed it. So that was a good thing. Last night we had the final concert, and because we didn't have the Air Force band, they disbanded us. We had a compact band there. I think they went pretty good. And fireworks displayed last night was interesting. You know, you see one of our cameras kind of panning the crowd a little bit, so we don't have anything going on right here now, but they're going to be panning a crowd a little bit. But fireworks last night, what a spectacular finale that was. I don't know if you had a chance to see the fireworks, but it just seems to keep better and better every year. A lot of bright colors this year in the fireworks, and some good variety. But then when that finale came, it was just awesome. So it's been a great week. Tammy Jennings, look forward to it. You know, all the preparation takes a year to do, and the week gets here, goes by so fast, but she's enjoyed all the events and everything else, and it was well run, and fortunately the weather cooperated.
Oh, Tammy's very enthusiastic, being the chair of the show this year. So, you know, it was a pleasure to work with her, from my point of view, on the radio side of things over at WMBP. Always accessible, and she always lined people up to help out and promote the event. So she was very good this year.
Good. Just to let you know, we've got 11 marching bands in the parade this year, and there's about 12 floats. And there'll also be people coming around collecting money for the Jimmy Fund. That's going to be, the blankets will be manned by the Amesbury Little League. And I think that's, they're going to be coming around. I think Bases Loaded is sponsoring that. So as I mentioned, I'd get my money out, so be ready for it.
Oh, that's right, too. Thanks for the reminder right there. Now it's also, too, it's a local political year, and I bet we'll have a few politicians.
I know that the 3 mayoral candidates are coming, and I think one of the councils at large are the only ones I've seen so far listed. No statewide or county candidates this year, which is too bad because that helps defray the expenses of the parade too, because they'll kick in some money to march in the parade. So in an off year, as far as statewide, everything else, it makes it tough because there's not as many to participate, therefore less money to help towards defray the cost of the parade.
Well, I saw that Congressman John Tierney was up for Old Fashioned Sunday, so that was probably his appearance.
Yeah, he couldn't make it. I know he usually attends the Senior King and Queen, but he had to send a representative because they were still in session in Washington. But I've talked to him. He enjoys coming to Newburyport every year when he can for that. And that seemed like that's been whoever the congressman, I know Mavoulis was there, he'd come, and it always seemed to be popular. Newburyport was a popular place to visit. It's good for them, good votes and everything else, but they do seem to take a lot of enjoyment in coming to Newburyport for the events.
Right. It has to be a lot more fun to come around to an event like that than to come and hold office hours.
Yeah. And a local representative, Mike Costello, and Senator Kathleen O'Connor Ives, because Kathleen lives in Newburyport, makes it easier for her. Yeah. But they were at Old Fashioned Sunday, and they also had citations at the Senior King and Queen. Mike was there. Kathleen was in session, so Mike read a citation from there from the House and Senate both.
And talking about Katie O'Connor Ives and Mike Costello, it was nice for them to, and Congressman Tierney as well, nice for them to award the certificates to the youngsters at the Old Fashioned Sunday ceremony.
That's right. Those are the seniors. In fact, the Youth Service Awards. They were basically Taylor Smith of Ipswich, 12th grader at Ipswich High, and John Pizzella from Newburyport, grade 11. They're not marching in the parade. They thought they might be marching in the parade, but they're not going to be marching. But it was nice to point them out. Taylor Smith from Ipswich and John Pizzella from Newburyport, grade 11, for their outstanding youth service. And Greg Ives was the one that's in charge of that, and he does a good job.
Well, we just had
Jeff Ives, excuse me, Jeff Ives.
We just had the Newburyport Police Honor Guard come down with the colors.
Yeah,
a couple of years ago, they had a chance to do that for the Celtics game.
Yes, they did Celtics. I don't know if they might have even done a Red Sox game once too. Yeah. Boy, they're marching. I thought that we usually lead the parade, but no one's even close to them. They just kept going right through, march right through. But I did mention there's 11 bands in the parade this year, and the floats, and we'll discuss some of the floats. As far as the theme for the parade this year was the Legends, Newburyport Legends, and the floats had something to do with the Legends. It was kind of interesting how they tied it in. I went down and watched the judging and the floats, and I could hear the description of the people describing why they did the float the way they did, and how the Legends tied into it. It's pretty interesting. There's some good work on them, and you'll see them as they come along.
So when it comes to judging a float, are you looking for how the float looks or how it ties into the theme?
Both. There's a theme prize, an original prize, and the chairman's prize, what they consider overall prize. But it ties in with the theme. Hopefully it will tie in with the theme for Homecoming that Tammy chose, which was Legends, and that would rely into weigh heavily into the judging. And you try to get any type of Legends, because obviously WABP, for example, the Legends, the radio, but they didn't do any decoration. But I mean, that would be a type of, you get the Legends involved, a history of Newburyport somewhat along the way, and we've seen some. I'll even talk about one, the Girl Scout one, Bayberry Girl Scouts. They won an award, and they have a pictures, probably about 50 women, outstanding women, have been very successful in life. The pictures are on the float, and they all started out as Girl Scouts. So they tie in there through the Girl Scouts, and these people, legends. I'm talking Queen Elizabeth, Michelle Obama, Hillary Clinton, Susan Lucci, and a bunch of actresses. Katie Couric was there, Oprah Winfrey. Yeah, but these are the ones they had on there. And like I said, they had about 50 of them all together. And so they had their roots in Girl Scouts. So that's how they tied in the legends that way. They're legends, and they got their start at Girl Scouts. So they did a lot of history, and a few of the other floats, they did some research into why they chose what they did, because a lot of ties in with Newburyport. There was one, Turning Point was doing one on the firehouse, not the firehouse, the lighthouse down Plum Island. It showed some of the people in there fishing and things like that. So I tied in with the legends that way. And there's I wanted to tribute to the Thresher, the USS Thresher that went down in 1950, 50 years ago. It was an atomic sub. And of course, one of the people that died in that was Robert Sharon, who lived in Newburyport, and Sharon Drive is named after him. And there was also a gentleman from Salisbury. I forgot the person's name now. They just had put up a plaque in Salisbury, a memorial stone in his honor, because he was on that ship as well. So this group goes around. They want to memorialize the people of the Thresher and their value in the history and everything else, what they've done, research. And there's a few other floats in there, and 4 horses, horse-drawn wagon from Wells Fargo with the 4 horses, beautiful horses. They're about 12 or 14 years old. I happened to talk to the driver, and he's been driving since 1956, these horses.
1956.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, one thing we ought to mention too, we had some sponsors for the parade this year. Strum Chemicals for the 3rd year is sponsoring the parade. Giuseppe's, this is their 2nd year, and also Port City Sandwich. And we also want to thank Port City Sandwich for the sandwich and the dessert they provided for us before the parade.
Right, he just recently won the Best of North award from Boston Magazine, so they did a very nice job. Tyke over there, and
good job.
Giuseppe's, and Mike Strem and the whole staff. An employee-owned company, Strem Chemicals.
Great, yep.
In the Newburyport Industrial Park, and they're in Germany too. Yeah, they have the other.
I heard that, yes.
In Germany.
Yep. You know, I was, I don't know where I was, they were talking about it at one time, and they talked about chemicals and everything else, and how well respected Mike Strem is in the industry throughout not only the United States but as international. He's very well respected, well known, does a great job, and he's very supportive of Newburyport. Newburyport Education Foundation is he's definitely a very big sponsor of the Education Foundation here in Newburyport.
I don't think this is a story that he wouldn't mind having told, but when he was in college, he got his undergraduate degree. What do you think he got his undergraduate degree in?
Well, you would think some sort of biology or chemistry, but it probably wasn't, like accounting or something.
History.
History, all right.
and he was able to get a grant award in a chemical in the chemical field, and that's how he got his start in working in chemicals. Yeah. Because somebody offered him a job, so he took it and off he went. He grabbed it and went away with it. Hey, we have. I guess this is an annual event now, isn't it?
Is it Paul Rogers? Oh, he passed that with the hearse, the Rogers Funeral Home hearse. It usually passes out flowers to the ladies. Yeah, here he goes out.
Yeah.
Somebody
Is it roses that he goes with?
Usually roses, I think. Then I think he has carnations. If he runs out of roses, he has some carnations too. But always a highlight. And they always have that right out in front of the nursing home, the funeral home, during homecoming.
Yeah.
There's Paul. You can see Paul on our side.
So I guess that would be something the ladies would like to have, but you don't want to have it.
Yeah, you don't want to be a passenger.
What a beautiful vehicle that is.
There goes Paul. Hey Paul, how you doing? Welcome again.
Another year going, bud.
Oh, hey, thank you.
So Richie gets a hat from Paul Rogers.
How about that?
Well,
40 years. Thank you.
Very much. Keep the sun
Enjoy
off
the
my
parade
head.
as always.
Thank you. And that's something.
Yeah, that's good.
A beautiful hearse on our hat. We can wear that out. And,
hey, it keeps the sun out the eyes.
Very nice. Let's put that one back on again.
Let me see.
How's that? There we go. Just wonderful. So yeah, Mike Strem did history, and then he got into the chemical business after that. And he learned the business well. And we were talking about scouting at a recent Newburyport Rotary Club meeting, for Coast Guard Day. Yankee Homecoming always does something with Coast Guard. Yep. We have Rear Admiral Abel up, who takes charge of the district that Newburyport is in, and he was an Eagle Scout.
Oh, okay.
So he did a nice job.
Yeah, when you think of Coast Guard, Yankee Homecoming, you got to think of George Cashman. George, he originated behind, Jack Frost was, I guess, considered the originator of Homecoming, but it was George Cashman that really got the connection with the Coast Guard. And George was so proud, the Newburyport was named officially named the birthplace of the Coast Guard. And then last year we became a Coast Guard city, so it's nice to see the recognition of Newburyport as the birthplace of the U.S. Coast Guard. And George was very proud of that. He always made sure that during the Yankee Homecoming, the Rotary dinner that on the Tuesday of Homecoming, he always brought the representatives of the Coast Guard to the meetings.
Yeah, and that tradition continues on, so we're very happy with that. And then they had the Coast Guard open house at the station. That was on Thursday, I believe, Wednesday or Thursday this week, and that was very well attended.
New officer in charge now too, I guess, for the Coast Guard. They said a changing of the guard. I don't know what they call it, not changing of the guard, but whatever.
Command or something.
Yeah, new commander. Yeah. Well, we see some units coming. Looks like there's some Cub Scouts maybe holding the banner.
This is a junior ROTC program. This should be the Lynn drill team coming along. They frequently compete in drills nationally.
Yeah, this is, Lynn English. Yeah, Lynn English Marine Corps. But this is way back, it looked like Cub Scouts first, but then they actually doing some drills along the way too. We'll see that as they come up here. Hopefully they'll do something in front of us. Lynn English Junior ROTC program. This is about the third or fourth year they've been here in Newburyport.
And it has to be somewhat difficult to maintain that strict body position all throughout the parade route.
All right. Of course, I see this is no resemblance to Stripes, but I think of the movie Stripes when you go through the drill there. Good job.
Sassafras Jack.
Yeah, that's the fact, Jack. Yeah. I just saw that recently. It was on TV recently.
But for these folks, no laughing matter. They're very serious at what they do.
Well, it must be tired at the end of the day going through the whole route of the parade. Well done. The Lynn English Junior ROTC program.
Now, I wonder how they make the decision as to which division they march in, the ones with the rifles or the ones that do the hand motions.
Oh, they're going to do a little drill here now. Boy, look at the precision they all together. Look how polished, shiny the shoes are, too.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Well done.
So the Lynn English Junior ROTC program. You can see why they would compete nationally.
All right, here we have a banner coming up telling you about the Jimmy Fund. The Yankee Homecoming Parade, Jimmy Fund. We need your help.
Now, if I remember correctly, that's how the parade started, right?
Yeah, that started actually before, I think probably even before homecoming. It was Sammy Howard and Walter Morse were involved with starting having a Jimmy Fun parade in Newburyport. And then they tied in with the Yankee Homecoming afterwards. And so it was the Yankee Homecoming parade with all the proceeds ever since. All the collections do go to the Jimmy Fund. Everything goes to the Jimmy Fund for it. And there's some volunteers from the Amesbury Little League. They're going to be passing buckets around and to help through the bases loaded over in Salisbury, helping out with that. So there'll be some collections with the buckets for the Jimmy Fund.
That's quite a facility over there. I don't know if you've ever been inside.
Yeah. We used to have some practices over there.
It used to be called, I want to say, Extra Innings.
Yep.
And they've been through some changes, and they do a nice job.
Oh, I thought this was part of the parade. It's not. North American Fan Lines. How do you sneak in there? Here you go, guys.
Whoops. Here
we go. All right, here we go.
So it's nice to get some help from all various towns as far as helping support the Jimmy Fund, which reminds me, Jimmy Fund, Dana-Farber Cancer Research, there's the Relay for Life of Amesbury that's coming up.
Yeah.
And that is going to be on the 17th of August. So that's going to be on the 17th of August.
Here's this parade is dedicated to George Lawler Jr. You see Timmy Lawler, his grandson, one of the flag bearers. And basically, George passed away this year. He's a two-time chairman of the Yankee Homecoming, past mayor of Newburyport. Missy Mary Ann there. Hey, Tim, how you doing?
All the Lawlers are tall, aren't they?
Oh, yes.
Looking good.
Some more, there's Nathan there.
Yeah.
There's Frank Cousins' gardener up there, too. Yep. It's Kathy Lawler family. Looks like, was that... That's Gardner cousin, Frank Cousins.
Gardner, that's right, yeah. Yes, Gardner's his name. He's a drummer. He goes to Zach Field's studio and
they're going to be in the parade too. This group here, Big Fair, they were the second place in the Yankee Homecoming Battle of Bands. Right, with Jonathan Dunn Pills on the guitar, Clayton Pye on drums, Daniel Alvarez de Toledo on keyboards. So they're the second place winners.
And they were able to open up on the Tuesday night show down at the waterfront for Yankee Homecoming. So the Yankee Homecoming banner, and
they got the general chairperson, comes Tammy Jennings coming behind. She is chair. Tammy had a great week, as we mentioned.
It's like, no, I can't help you.
And on the pedicab is Mary Jennings, Tammy's mom, and her aunt, Donna King. They'll be riding in the pedicab behind Tammy.
See how enthused she is?
Yeah.
Tammy Jennings. It's nice to have that pedicab around. And all the help.
This next float coming up the turning point, it's a lighthouse pulled by Hey, Terry! It's the lighthouse, the truck's pulled by Amesbury Towing, but it shows some kids fishing a day at the beach at the lighthouse. And
yeah.
Hey, Donnie! How are you, Donnie?
He's happy. He's always so happy.
Yeah, he is. Donnie Davis, yeah.
All right. And here we go.
Yeah, it's sponsored by the Newburyport 5-Cent Savings Bank. It's the Northeast Italian Band. Approximately 19 musicians range from early teens to 80-plus years old under the direction of Sal Emma. They perform at religious festivals, parades, and concerts in the Northeast New England area. They sound good.
Yeah. Now we get into the Essex County Honor Guard in the bike unit.
Yeah, so yes.
They presented the colors at the old-fashioned Sunday ceremony.
Yeah. Oh, here comes the Mayor of Newburyport. Also see Congressman Tierney there. Bruce Tarr, Senator Tarr. Some of the city councilors in Newburyport.
She is.
Here we see Steve Cole and Bob Cronin and Karen,
Looking good.
Tom O'Brien.
Yep, they're having a good time.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, Senator? Good to see you. Great day. Good day for it.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
State Senator Bruce Tarr. Now Rochester Electronics.
Here's Senator Ives.
Up, she brought her dog with her. How about
Ed
that?
Cameron was the other city councilor I didn't mention. Hi, Cameron. Hey, Kitty. Yeah, Ed Cameron was the other city councilor that was there.
And the thing is, she doesn't have her jogging shoes on.
Yeah.
Well, that was nice. Everybody's having a good time so far. So this is the Nutmeg Fife and Drum Corps.
Right, they've been in the parade for many years. Always, even on a rainy day we had one time, they showed up. They come every year. They began in 1948 at the Poquonic Bridge Fire Department. And then in 1964, the club reorganized and became sponsored by the Groton Lodge of Elks. They've been as far north as Maine and Canada, as far west as Michigan, and as far south as Florida. Nutmeg, Fife, and Drum, Connecticut.
Next up, the Veterans Group, organized by Kevin Hunt, Director of Veteran Services in Newburyport. Also in Amesbury
now too,
Salisbury.
yeah.
Well, he's
Talking about regionalization.
soon Salisbury, and he's got Newbury and Merrimack as well. With the banner, veterans don't start wars, they end them. So there's Kevin on the far side.
Good job.
I hear motorcycles in the distance. As we continue on with the veterans.
All of a sudden it got warm all of a sudden, even under this tent.
I always wanted one of those Jeeps, Richie.
Oh, yeah. All the various uniforms.
And the reenactors. Looking nice. Caution military working dog on that Jeep in the,
All right,
on
look
the
at it right up
front
front there, yeah.
In fact, they had a program downtown about police dogs the other day, and they're trying to raise funds for the police dogs. And the motorcycle group.
Nice looking bikes there. Next up is the sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. It's going to be the Zach Field Band. You just mentioned Zach Field Band. Got the Cousins plays with them, studies with them.
Yep.
Yeah. They're located at Tannery, and they'll be coming along.
Yeah, Zach was a music teacher in the school systems, and then he decided to do his own thing.
All right.
It worked out very well for him. You know, as the schools look to continue to try to save some money here and there, sometimes the arts programs
Unfortunately,
yeah, they get
persons
pushed
cut.
off to the side, but then it goes over to the private sector. Which is why you have the studios like that, the Music Suite, EJ Willette. You have places like Bases Loaded, they help out on the sports side of things.
So this should be the Zach Field Band, and they should be playing a little bit of music, the drums. Yeah, you can hear it already.
Oh, they have their island drum section
here we go.
today. Available for your private party.
Nice sound to it.
Yeah. Make you feel like you're at a resort down in the Caribbean. Well, it's been a very nice parade up to this point, and
it's moving
continues
right
to
along.
be.
I'll let you take this next one, Win.
The Snack Patrol. Oh, here come the legends. Very, very nice.
Yeah, this Land Snack Patrol, they're passing out peanut butter crackers throughout the concerts this year, so they must be new around and trying to promote their product.
Yeah,
I'll have to admit the peanut butter crackers are pretty good.
they do a nice job.
Yeah, we would like to mention our sponsors again, Strem Chemical, Giuseppe's, and Port City Sandwich. Thank them for their sponsorship. Make this available so people can watch it, hopefully live, and then where we show it throughout the week and throughout the year on Port Media.
And for the legends, that's the banner that we had up for the Freddie Cannon concert on Wednesday night. And the WNBP van. It's one that I tend to drive around throughout the day. It's weird to see it move without me in it. But Bob Williams is in it from Star Construction Company in West Newbury, and he has a Sunday show at 9 o'clock. Bob Williams' half-hour program talks about Star Construction and home remodeling.
Well, I tell you, when it's really great to see the participation of the legends, WMBP and Newburyport, the sponsorships they've done, and really get involved with it. Super duper job. Congratulations to Pete and Carl and yourself for really putting Newburyport right out there now, especially 106.1 FM.
Exactly. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, the FM has really added a lot. And also, too, the streaming. Folks love to listen on their computers. Sometimes they can pick that up better than...
Thank you. Hey.
Sometimes they pick that up regardless of where they are. You also have the app for your phone, your smartphone, your iPhone, your Android device, and your iPad.
Here's some of the past general chairpersons of Yankee Homecoming. There's Hank Farmer and Dave Murray, Cheryl Munich, Kathleen Bailey.
Yeah.
And Dave Creashan and Kathy Haywood. Of course, we also saw Lucian LaCroix and Jason LaCroix go back earlier. They were doing the collecting for the Jimmy Fund. And a lot of other participants for Homecoming are involved with other organizations as well. We also have a motor, some of the riding in the vehicle as well. I think it could be some of the chair people. Think of Diane Drinan, Jerry Dorr.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the next card is going to be Norm Jutras, Mike Roy, George Lawrence.
Saw Kathleen Bailey there.
Yeah.
Kathleen, past chairman. And she has a show on the Legends, 9 o'clock on Sunday nights, but tonight it's going to be a replay of the Wednesday concert at 9 tonight.
Oh, also, I noticed in the vehicle, Ralph Ayers, Mr. Old Fashioned Sunday is in the vehicle with Norm Jutras and Mike Roy, Ralph Ayers, and George
Ralph
Lawrence.
was doing customized historical tours this year.
Yep. I enjoy reading his column in the paper every week, once a month, is Newburyport history.
I'd like to thank him. He had some really nice words to say about WMVP the other day.
Yep. Talk about a legend.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ralph. Yeah, he won an award at the Old Fashioned Sunday. They gave him some recognition there.
Yeah, Ralph's great. He really really did a lot job at homecoming. Kathy.
So yeah, Ralph's in the back on the near side, then Mike Roy's in the front on the near side. Norm driving.
I thought he said George Lawrence was going to be with him too.
I bet that is George Lawrence in the back. Yeah, it is George. In the back on the far side.
Right. Good.
Looks like Ralph has one of those umbrellas for your drink.
But yeah, he doesn't have his Red Sox hat on. He usually wears his Red Sox hat most of the time I've seen him this week.
Oh, look, he's pouring water all over his head. So Diane has the fancy car.
Yeah. Actually, she one year I rode in the parade. I think it was the year I was a senior king, and I rode in her car. How you doing? Well, right. Thank you. Thanks. And
so that's the past General Chairs convertible that just went by.
I think we're out of order here.
Another reenactment. It's be the Civil War reenactors.
Let's see where they're from. Well, they might be getting ready to shoot.
I didn't even realize it.
Knew that was coming.
Now that would be the Revolutionary War. The Civil War, which their enactors are coming down.
Yeah.
Is this the 150th anniversary of Gettysburg?
I think it was. Yeah, they just talked about yes.
I know there was a local Boy Scout group that was going down there for a few days. Dr. Quinn on Low Street was he's involved with scouting, and he was bringing a group down there.
That does, yeah.
26 kids and parents.
Wow. Good luck. That'd be a great tour, though.
Yeah,
Gettysburg, especially this year.
Yeah.
I used to like that with the homecoming. We used to have some of the reenactments, historical reenactments. They were a lot of fun.
Yeah, they've had that through the past with the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, the Indians. Had those. Native Americans.
One year we had George Washington came to town. I think Josiah Welch played George Washington when he was riding in a horse.
Of course he would.
Yeah.
He would be a great George Washington.
Okay, we should have the senior king and queen coming up now. 213 senior king and queen Larry Quinn, a native of Newburyport, married 48 years with wife Mary. Larry volunteers for the Salisbury Housing Authority. And the 2013 senior queen is Joyce Shaker. Joyce moved to Newburyport in 1992 from Columbus, Ohio. She's an individual who truly gives value to others, enjoys giving to others.
Richie, you're a former senior king.
I was king, yes, yeah. 2000 and let me see, what was that? 2006.
It's quite an honor, though. You get treated like royalty.
Oh
right?
yeah, we got to ride the parade 2 years in a row, and really, there's Larry. Good job, Larry. All right, here comes the Girl Scout, Bayberry Lane, Bayberry Girl Scouts. And as I mentioned, they were the most original float, and they're representing the heritage. The legends would being all these women, you see the pictures on both sides of the float, had their start in Girl Scouts. And so they talk about legends and all very popular people. They got a list of names which you can't read from here, but as I mentioned, I know
Shirley
Michelle
Temple.
Obama, there's Shirley Temple, Michelle Obama, Queen Elizabeth.
Dakota Fanning.
Yeah.
Katie Couric.
Yeah.
How about that?
Susan Lucci, I know she was on the other side of it.
Yeah.
Here comes the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary, the Coast Guard Station Merrimack.
I'm telling you, we are very fortunate to have the Coast Guard in town.
Yeah. Especially with the treacherous river down here in Merrimack. Tough one to get through.
They save people every year.
This is for the U.S. Coast Guard Chase. Coast Guard Chase. This year, the crew of the U.S. Coast Guard Chase, now known as the NSN Thunder, celebrated a reunion since this is the birthplace of the U.S. Coast Guard.
Once a chaser, always a chaser. There's a Ford. A Ford, a Chevy, and a Mercedes.
All right.
You know, one of the things I really enjoy, we've been watching enough parades, Richie, you and I, you get to see generations, line the parade route.
Yeah, I talk about traditions and legends. So interesting seeing the chairs left out on High Street prior to the parade. It usually starts after the race on Tuesday. Then every day after, you see more and more chairs lined up. I think it's a great tradition. It just shows you that people enjoy things in Newburyport.
Yeah.
This is the youth cheerleaders, Newburyport High School cheerleaders, and Newburyport youth cheerleaders. And this is the 7th year at the Newburyport youth cheerleaders participated. They placed 7th at the Nationals this year.
Well, before you know it, we'll have our high school football season.
Won't be long.
Underway.
Seems like we just finished. It's time to do it all over again. Yeah, so they placed the Newburyport youth football cheerleaders came in 7th nationally. That's quite a tribute.
All right. Thanking you for making our dreams come true. Walt Disney World is where they went to perform that.
Yeah, I guess the high school cheerleaders didn't participate.
So good for them. Getting involved with youth sports, very, very worthwhile. I can't tell you, Richie, how many times I bumped into somebody that knows you. They said, "Oh, I used to coach with him."
Yeah, we've had a few guys I've coached with. I think the interesting thing is I've coached 7 different kids whose father played for me. And then when the kids came on, the coach did come in. The father came and coached with me as well. So I coached the father. Then when the kids came on, I coached the sons. Never had any grandchildren to coach, though. I didn't get that far. Time enough is enough, I guess. Get too old for that now.
Yeah.
My arm is gone.
Oh, that's right. You have to throw batting practice.
Oh, I did a lot of that in the beginning, but then it got to the point it was just too much. But it was a lot of fun all those years. And fortunately, I had a chance to go to Alaska this past year and went up to spend some time with Dick Hanscom. I coached Dick back in 65, 66, and 67. We kept in contact. He's been in Alaska for 40 years, but yet every time he came to Newbury, he always stopped in to see me at the bank and said, if you ever come to Alaska, come visit us. Well, Kathy and I spent 5 days with him in Alaska this year up in Fairbanks. What a great time.
Oh, terrific.
So you make these connections, and it's amazing when you run into these people that you coached a while, and they still call you, "Hey, Coach, how you doing? Remember that game when?" It's definitely well worth it. We enjoyed it.
And the thing is, you do remember that. So, yeah, right here is Dick Sullivan Jr., the candidate for mayor, city councilor. And this is one of the bands he's sponsoring. Well, this is the band that he's sponsoring.
The Manchester AOH. Those familiar green Sullivan for mayor signs. His dad had those signs. They're talking about the Ancient Art of Hibernian's Pipe and Drum. It's the largest Hibernian pipe and drum band in New England. Formed in 1998. Hey, Dick. And based in Manchester, New Hampshire. They have approximately 20 or more in the band, plus a color guard. They wear the Irish national kilt and also played in Boston, New York, Montreal, as well as West Point Academy, the Army Academy. Great sounding group, Manchester AOH. children. How you doing? And here comes a bed from the Little Miss Seabrook. That's Natalie Perkins. And behind that is the Zumba bed race bed. The bed race, that always was a big crowd. They had 26 floats this year, 26 beds participating.
Yeah.
And Zumba was one of the ones that participated in it.
So Little Miss Seabrook enjoying herself on the ride.
Yeah, Natalie Perkins. Up for some Zumba win.
For getting fit and staying fun is so much fun. Getting fit and
I
staying
get tired watching them.
Yeah.
Let me talk a little bit what's coming up with. This is the Kathy's Tumbleweed float, and they were the best theme. It's Kathy's Tumbleweed has been inspiring students who dance for over 33 years. 30 years, Kathy has helped children and adults of all ages to build confidence. And their float deals with a woman mermaid, Warsaw mermaid, a story about how it protects fishermen. And there was a story in a Newburyport paper back a few years ago about the mermaid who watches over fishermen. So this float is dedicated to the fishermen of the area. They hope that they always return safely. And on the back of the boat, it describes a little bit of the story of the Warsaw mermaid. So they got the Best Theme Award. And Kathy's Tumbleweed, they've had a float on the parade for many years. But you see it says, if I can read it, it gets a little closer maybe. This float is dedicated, now the balloon man's in my way.
Dedicated to the proud, brave fishermen of Newburyport. And you always,
and he always returns safe.
Yeah.
What we need is white.
Huh. So he's my best catch of the day. He's got one of his fish on him. Look.
Aren't you the lucky one?
Oops, think they know each other?
Yankee Homecoming, get the Yankee Homecoming, a legend of its own. This was the top prize winner in the float competition. Billy Glynn's band on the back of it. And on the back of this float, which we won't be able to see, is a history about the Warsaw mermaid. We did a lot of research on that. We had 3MB Fencing Club. Fences the ages between the ages of 8 and 16. Boy, a lot of people involved with that now. Oh, we're going to see a demonstration.
Oh, this is great.
Is that on guard?
Hey, this could be their key to a college scholarship.
I think those swords are called Epi, E-P-E-E. I see that in crossword puzzles a lot. Fencing sword. The E-P-E-E, E-P or Epi. There's also something called a foil, but I don't know what the foil is.
I used to know Rex Marshall, Reynolds aluminum foil.
Boy, no room for mistakes here. Although I guess you get some good padding on. You're well covered. Good job. Woo.
Nice. So 3MB Fencing Club out of Newburyport. Yeah, you know, they do have fencing scholarships.
Yeah, they do. That's right. Hey, any way you can do it if you can get it, if you can qualify.
Yeah.
Tuition isn't cheap.
Now, right behind them, we have the Wells Fargo stage.
Yeah, thank you. These horses are basically 12 to 14 years old. And I was talking with the driver. He's been riding in parades since the 50s.
Since the 50s?
50s, yeah. He does mostly on the East Coast. Because Wells Fargo is based out of San Francisco. But he does most of his riding out the East Coast. Goes down as far as the Carolinas, up Maine. And
now, are these Clydesdales? Or just Clydesdale horses?
I don't think Clydesdales or Belgians.
Yeah.
They got a little bit of the white that looks like the Clydesdale, but they don't look as big as a Clydesdale.
I love that Budweiser commercial.
Oh, yeah. They do a good job.
Yeah.
I don't know if these, they look like Clydesdale, but I don't think they are.
Oh, what a sight, though,
know.
the Wells Fargo wagon.
They don't look as big as a Clydesdale.
Oh, they're bigger than me.
I just love to hear them prancing down the street.
Oh, they even have their own wagon following.
Oh, yes. They utilized it up at the plaza today. And following that is the Alzheimer's Association of Massachusetts and New Hampshire to eliminate Alzheimer's disease through the advancement of research, to provide and enhance care and support for all afflicted, and to reduce the risk of dementia through the promotion of brain health. Throughout both states, we strive to offer a high level of programs and services. That's Alzheimer's Association of Mass and New Hampshire chapter.
And they do various fundraisers throughout the year. You can always check their website and learn when the next one is that's going to be coming up. Now behind them we have the Shriners, who go around in circles from time to time.
Who's number one?
Hey, how you doing? Hey, back here.
Sponsored by the Institution for Savings, the Aleppo Shriners, always a favorite.
Yeah, it's been a few years since they've been in a parade. Haven't been able to get the timing right because they've always had some other commitments, so it's nice to have them back in the parade. This motor patrol was organized in 1971. There were 11 3/4 scale replicas of 1901 Oldsmobiles. They're maintained, repaired, and driven by the members of the unit. They participate in approximately 12 parades a year. Used to have the Bektesh Oriental band here also, that was with the high boots, the pointed boots,
yes.
pointed shoes.
Yeah.
They used to be part of the Aleppo group.
I wonder what this looks like to to a youngster 4 or 5 years old.
This next thing is United States submarine veterans of Marblehead, former U.S. submariners serving World War II to the current era, and they have a float, U.S. Submarine Veterans Float, and it's a memorial float, memorial to the USS Thresher, which went capsized 50 years ago, and one of the persons that died of that float was that Thresher was Robert Sharon, who lived in Newburyport. In fact, Sharon Drive is named after him. There's also a resident of Salisbury that went down on that, and there's a replica of the Thresher coming behind this vehicle. I think it goes out of the USS Thresher.
Sounds like you'd hear that, Mr. Roberts.
Right.
I can't imagine being in that thing.
Boy, no, you can't have claustrophobia and be there.
No.
Here comes a group you'd be interested in, Win.
Brave people.
The Atlantic Pro Wrestling.
I tell you, I saw that a little bit of that show during Old Fashioned Sunday. These guys were entertaining. Very entertaining. Yeah, men and women, that's right.
Boy, that jacket's got to be warm, that mink coat he's wearing. Oh.
All right.
Look at him. Great shape.
Yeah, this, the guy with the beard, he was there.
Yeah? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, now we
Here we
got
come.
it. I'm glad the referee is there.
Keep in line.
That's right.
Bugsy, come on, Bugsy. Come on.
Hey! There goes your crackers.
Come on, Bugsy, back to the floor.
I lost my crackers. I was going to eat
I thought he was
those.
going to take my water. Here comes the Topsfield Junior King and Queen. Junior Queen Lauren Lopes of Danvers. It says Topsfield Junior King and Queen, and the Junior King is Ryan Frasco of Haverhill. So Lauren Lopes of Danvers and Ryan Frasco of Haverhill.
Richie took my crackers.
I'll let you have mine and win. He ate the paper and all. That's good. I didn't know he was coming after one of us, so I'm glad I went to the crackers. Now we have candidate Greg Earls running for mayor. Also city councilor at this present time, councilor of Ward 2. Also see Tom Jones, city councilor, walking with him. And Nancy. Right, Nancy.
So really the Yankee Homecoming, that's once that's done, that's really the kickoff for the local election season, isn't it?
This is the Pig Smart car, Angels at Home Healthcare, dedicated to providing the highest quality home-based patient care with compassion and respect for each person. The pink car.
Yeah, you see that around town.
Yeah.
They help take care of people. Very good. And they're making sure that the candy that they throw gets off to the side.
Yep.
Very important.
This next float coming through is the Citizens for Open Waterfront, and they will get the chairman's prize. They have a replica of the waterfront, and on the other side, there's actually a silhouette of the downtown Newburyport, and it's like Save Our Waterfront, and they get a little bit of a mural of the waterfront, and then the vehicle behind it has some different ships that are in the water along the Merrimack. And that was the chairman's award. Followed by the Catmobile, Merrimack Valley Feline Rescue Society Catmobile. Since their inception, they've assisted over 58,000 cats, placing over 18,000 cats and kittens into homes, spaying or neutering over 11,000 feral cats, and over 29,000 owned cats. They're quite a group, very active. They do a lot of work, a lot of fundraising. Their fur ball is a big success every year.
And the Catmobile travels all around the eastern Massachusetts and the Merrimack Valley. It's not just in Salisbury. So they do a nice job.
They're going to be followed by the Oddfellow Marching Group, the Oddfellows of Newburyport, Lodge number 39. And they're going to be coming with a few of their members riding. I saw something in the paper recently about the Oddfellows. Chuck Teague, he bought a sword that was originally owned by a member of Newburyport.
Wow.
Oddfellows, he saw it somewhere and he has it. He brought it back to Newburyport now. This is the Grand Master of the lodge. But I did see it about the, I don't know if we would have seen the sword in the parade today or not, but it's a historical sword, and coming to find it was owned by somebody in Newburyport. And they do a lot for the community. See Mike Falpone coming down the street now. Michael is going to be this year, one of the vice chairman, going to be chairman next year.
Oh, okay.
Michael, yeah. Going good, going good. It's moving right along. There's Robin Johnson. Good, Don. How are you?
Yep.
How you doing? How you been, Don?
I'm fine.
Good.
I'm with the Noble Grand Penguin Lodge here in Newburyport. This
Yeah.
is my third year in the parade.
Yeah, I mentioned that you've been in the parade. Is this the sword that we saw in the paper? We
Yeah.
the paper?
Yes, it is.
Chuck, yeah.
And we every first and third Thursdays of the month.
First and third Thursday?
At the Masonic Temple.
Masonic Temple, first and third
All
Thursday.
right.
Very
Yeah,
good,
you
thank
do a
you.
Great job.
The
All right, thank you.
Oddfellows.
I get to
Good.
watch you guys because I don't see much of the parade. I'm watching it, right?
Yeah.
I think I've watched you about 4 times.
All right, good.
So you had that famous sword in there, and
Yeah,
you,
it's
the
right
first
there,
and
yeah.
third Thursdays of the month, they said, right?
Yeah, at the Masonic Lodge in Newburyport.
Okay.
And they actually sponsor this next group coming, which is the Boston Windjammers. They've been in the parade here 3 or 4 times now, and they're always a highlight. People enjoy them. Actually, Mike Falpone's about halfway through the parade. We're actually about 3/4 of the way through. Moving right along. But Mike's going to be next year's chairman.
The 2013 Yankee Homecoming Parade, Newburyport.
Funny, they used to alternate. Sometimes they would start at the Newbury line and come up to the plaza, but then the last few years it's always gone this direction. It's easier. Someone says this is actually downhill going this way. I don't know how they figured that, but anyway. It actually works out better forming up the 3 roads anyway. It's easier to line up that way and disperse down in Newbury.
It would make sense that this would be downhill because you head towards the ocean.
Yep. But yeah, some groups talked about that. They said it's a lot easier coming the opposite direction, so they kind of stuck with that. This is the Boston Windjammers. Boy, I look like I thought she was going barefoot at first, but she does have something on. Shaw's antique truck coming. Old veteran.
That's a terrific vehicle that they have too.
That's followed by the Junior Miss Seabrook, Brianna Butland. Junior Miss Seabrook, Brianna Butland.
And she's got the wave down too. Look at
Oh
that.
yeah.
So
She was
does
trained
her
on that, yeah.
Convertibles are in big demand for parades, aren't they?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's hard to get a hold of them sometime. We need them. Oh, this is Lindy Lampia running for council at large.
Yeah, and she brought her dog with her.
Yeah. Dr. Kevin Lampia driving. Hi Kevin, how you doing? Hey, Lindy. How are ya?
All right. So let's see, we got the pink elephant coming down the road.
Yeah, that's Captain's Corner, presented by Lena Seafood.
Okay.
Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Strem Chemical, Giuseppe's, and Port City Sandwich for providing the sponsorship for today's parade, and also the sandwiches from Port City Sandwich were very tasty.
Yeah. Tyke doing a nice job with that.
This outfit coming here is by Captain's Corner, presented by Lena Seafood. The miniature golf.
Oh, that's Herman right there.
Miniature golf there.
There is?
Yeah.
And those are the go-karts that they run around on.
That's right. They have go-karts there as well, and I think they have a baseball batting cage there too, and basketball shooting.
Yeah.
But
They just got the go-karts going last year.
And the big pink elephant there. I don't know that. Oh, I don't think the pink elephant is that associated. Do they have it over there?
I don't think so. I want to say that's the one that's down in Danvers on 113.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. But anyway, Captain's Corner at Salisbury, Lena's Seafood. This is coming the Lions Club iMobile. Specially equipped mobile unit travels to communities throughout Western Massachusetts, District 33Y. Lions and other volunteers provide free health screenings for vision, glaucoma, hearing, diabetes, and blood pressure.
They do a great job, and the road race on Tuesday is a big fundraiser for the iMobile.
Yeah, and all the proceeds go to the Lions Eye Research. Lions Club does a great job.
And I think the bed race too. That's another Lions Club event. So it all helps out.
We also have another queen. This is Miss Seabrook. This is Kerry. I don't know what it just says Kerry.
Well, she has a different wave.
Yeah, the young one there, she was pretty cute there with her wave. And then we have the band sponsored by the Starboard Galley. Following that, it's the St. Elfio's Italian Band. In 1998, the band started with the name of St. Elfo's Band of Lawrence, with approximately 19 musicians. They range from early teens to 80 plus years old. Presently, the band is under the direction of Sal Emma, proudly performed for religious festivals, parades, and concerts. The other group that was in here was also under the direction of Sal Emma, so they must be like brother and sister groups, I guess, or brother groups. That's what the name of the band was. I'll look that up. But this is St. Elfio's. And the Northeast Italian Band also under the direction of Sal Emma, so the two of them.
Well, this is sponsored by Starboard Galley and the Grecos,
who also did a great job running the golf tournament, Yankee Homecoming golf tournament Monday.
Yeah.
Very successful.
And they host the Yankee Homecoming volunteer meetings.
Right.
Coming up the street now, we have some of the cars from Lee USA Speedway. Lee, New Hampshire.
Yeah, and they got a big race coming up this week, the Ollie Silva race, this Friday night. After Ollie Silva, one of the drivers are very popular up there, and that's the Ollie Silva Memorial Race this Friday night at Lee Speedway.
I'll tell you, Lee, it really is action-packed. It's a 3/8 mile track, so lots of corners, and the straightaways are just long enough you can pick up some speed. And there's some good banking in there too. In fact, I think they have more banking there than they have at New Hampshire International Speedway.
Well, I was at the Speedway. A good job by Pete Falcone again this year on the microphone there at the racetrack. I was up there with the three boys, saw the race about a month ago, and it was a great time. We enjoyed it. Last year was the first time I went and kind of enjoyed it, so the kids said let's go again. So
good.
We had a good time, and Pete did his great job announcing from the track what's going on.
Well, he comes from a family of racers. His family used to own Westboro Speedway, which is no longer. But when he was a kid, every weekend night, that's where he was, the Speedway. And the Miller machine. And the ISMA Super Modifies. That's the one that Pete does announcing for.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's Friday, August 9th, the Ollie Silva Classic. Super Modifieds.
And those are great machines. In fact, when they break down, because they'll have some contact, they don't get towed, they get picked up. They get lifted and removed.
Coming up now is a sponsorship of John Hart and Sons, who also sponsored the Ayla Brown concert Friday night at the waterfront. It's the Dick Kaplan Dixieland Band. Good old three-piece Dixieland Band performing patriotic and great American fun tunes. The Dick Kaplan Band.
Dave Zink doing the holding of the sign.
How you doing? I don't hear any music. We've lucked out this year with the music come by here.
It's Dick Kaplan Unplugged.
Here we go. Come on, let's get some music, Dick. Here we go. Come on. Nope, guess not.
This is the banjo going right now.
Here we go. And this is the Jurassic Mini Golf Store Yourself. All Store Yourself courteous and professional staff provide you with a level of service which exceeds what you might expect from a self-storage facility. There's a dinosaur there for the miniature golf they have there.
Right, that's the one that's on 110 in Salisbury.
Yeah. Well, rounding third and heading home, Win coming into the home stretch.
Yeah.
It's moved right along well this year.
With that baseball reference, as we do this parade, Jake Beebe had a terrific game for the Red Sox.
Nice outing last night, 7 innings plus, and nice ovation when he came off the field. It's going to be a good addition to the Sox.
Yeah.
But now we see the walk against domestic violence Sunday, October 6th at 9 o'clock for the Jeannie Geiger Crisis Center.
Well, that's another great organization. Not only do they, do a tremendous job locally, but it's turned out to be one of the national models.
Yeah, she's been in the White House a couple times, recognized. That's Suzanne Dubuis. Her fine work.
And the another national model talking about that is the Merrimack River Feline Rescue Society too, the float that they had.
Now we know the councilor running for Councilor Paula Chambers, who's running for council at large. And followed that is a group sponsored by the TD Bank North, the Active Minutemen. Today's Active Minutemen are made up of men, women, and children ages 5 to 85. They strive to bring history to life by portraying brave patriots of the American Revolution from Acton who risked and even gave their lives on April 19, 1775 in the cause for freedom. And they've been here many years too, Active Minutemen.
I'll tell you, Richie, when I was a kid, I grew up in Concord, Mass.
All right, okay.
Concord, Lexington, the Old North Bridge. Active Minutemen were always there. And my social studies teacher, Mr. Donahue, played the drum.
Is that right? Oh.
I'm sure he's not there this year. Yep, this was before the days of the iPod.
Yeah, yeah. Acton Minutemen. And then followed by the Unity on the River Church, vibrant spiritual community that celebrates the presence and all and awakens humanity to its divinity. On the river in Amesbury. And its next float is the Ocean Zen Salon. They present an ocean-related scene with beautiful mermaids, sponsored by the mortgage specialist in New England. So it's a mermaid. A lot of floats this year had mermaids on them.
Yeah. Well, mermaids help out the fishermen.
The King Neptune, I guess.
Yep. Ocean Zen Salon just recently opened on Water Street in Newburyport.
This next group is sponsored by Chase and Lutton. It's the Steel Fingers Band. These are graduates of Newburyport High School. Brian McKinnon, Duffy Bouchard, and Rick Rita. They sing songs from the 1970s and 90s. And speaking of people I used to coach, I actually coached Rick Rita. And Brian McKinnon's dad.
Yeah. Was he always singing on the field?
Not then, John. No, I don't think he was singing much then, but now Brian's taking that up, and Duffy Bouchard also in the group. So they've the Steel Fingers Band.
Yeah, we'd like to thank our sponsors for the parade today, Giuseppe's, and also Port City Sandwich, and
Strem Chemical.
And Strem Chemical as well.
We thank them. So this is the Steel Fingers coming. So as we see the end of the parade, only one thing left to do is the to take the flag down, which is up at the mall. Tammy will lower the flag after she leaves the reviewing stand. They'll go up and lower the Yankee Homecoming flag from the mall and be put away for another year. But planning starts next week for next year's one. Mike's already talking about it.
Where does the flag stay between celebrations?
I think probably Lucian's garage. So again, this is Brian McKinnon, Duffy Bouchard, and Rick Rita, graduates of Newport High School, and Steel Fingers.
Then we have the Bobby Walton car, the New England Dragway.
All right.
He built that car.
Yes, he built it, yeah. And a big thank you from the Yankee Homecoming Parade Committee. Well, another year's gone by when
It was a fun parade, it really was. We had beautiful weather and a nice crowd, especially in that section that we happen to be in.
Yeah, very good. And you lost your crackers here. You can have mine.
Oh, hey, thank you very much. I can't believe that guy ate my crackers. Not only did he eat the crackers, he ate the package too. But that's Atlantic Pro Wrestling, and they do that every month.
Yep.
They do that at the Newbury Fire Hall.
Yes, I see that advertised now. Yeah, that's good. They put on a nice demonstration in Yankee Homecoming, old-fashioned Sunday. So I guess that concludes another year win, and it's been a lot of fun doing it. And won't be long before this football season starts. We'll be doing them both on radio and cable TV, for media.
That's right. Now for our viewers watching live today, just wanted to remind you that if you missed the Freddie Cannon concert on Wednesday night at Yankee Homecoming, well, it's going to be rebroadcast tonight on the Legends 106.1 FM at 1450 AM and online at WNVP.com. Lee Lewis and the Doo-Wop All-Stars and Freddie Cannon, that's at 9 o'clock tonight. So that'd be a lot of fun to relive. And if you missed it, well, you can live it for the first time.
Okay, well, that sounds good. So I guess till next year when we do the parade again, we thank everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed the parade. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Strep Chemical, Giuseppe's, and Port City Sandwich. We thank them, and also to our camera crew and the production crew for putting this all together. Thanks everybody, and have a great time.